Cincinnati's defense. Kurt talked about them kind of mixing up different personnel packages and different things. What have you seen on film from them?
Yeah, they run a lot of things. Once you get down to the high red, they run a 5-man front, normal down and distance, a lot of 4 down. But one of the more unique things that they do, they run 2 freshmen in there, and they run like a 2-4-6. But they're just guys that are quicker and better in passing situations, and it's just something that we got to find our targets and get fitted up well.
So not something you've seen this year?
No. Something that's completely different, but new challenges are always fun to deal with.
Are there differences on tape between what they did before the coaching change and what they look like now?
I haven't really watched a lot of the old coaching staff. I've mostly focused on their Penn State game. They played Michigan State. Those are the 2 that I've watched so far. I'm not really focusing on the before because it's a different staff, and I'm not really sure what their tendencies were. So I'm keeping my focus on the staff that's there right now.
You guys have been rated by some people as like one of the best position groups in the country. Why do you think you guys have performed at this level? I mean, we're now midpoint of the season, 1 game past. Why have you guys been this good?
Yeah, we just have great camaraderie in the room, Everyone's super tight, and when we're out on the field, we know what our job is, we know what we need to do, and a big part of that is Fernando, too. His confidence really, kind of rubs off on us. Whenever we have something, maybe he gets a little hit on a play, and he's like, "Oh, Fernando, you all good?" He's like, "Dude, go do your job. Go do your job. It's okay."
Was there an early moment, like he's a new guy, he comes in, like help us understand players' perspective. Like at what point did you guys feel like, okay, this guy's, maybe seen some film, but we're around him now, this is a legit dude. Like give us a moment where you guys really felt that.
Yeah, probably during spring ball. He was making a lot of great plays then. You could tell that he was really comfortable with Shanahan's offense, and I think Whitmer's doing a great job with him too. I would say he really popped out to me in the spring.
Everyone talks about Fernando's preparation. All the coaches and players that we've talked to just talk about his preparation. Just from your perspective, what makes his prep different than other quarterbacks you've played with?
He really pours himself into his playbook. Every moment I see him, whenever we're traveling, he's not watching a movie on the plane. He's digging into his sheets, making sure that he has all of his reads and what he's supposed to do, certain coverages. I think he's just pours himself into his preparation, and the way that he does that is just on another level.
You talked about the camaraderie of the offensive line. How did you guys develop that to where it is today?
Yeah, it's just about, hanging out outside of the offensive line room. It's not always about football, and it shouldn't always be about football. So we get together a lot. Like we had a dinner Oregon week at Mother Bears. I think that was a great team bonding experience. It's really helped us to be closer together.
You enrolled in the spring of 22, right? I think Omar came in fall.
That's right.
Do you remember how early on you could tell that he was really, really good, really talented?
Omar, definitely during freshman year. I feel he played in 2022, so I think getting his bearings year 1 was really big for him. And he's always been a player that stood out to me. So I would say right when he got here, he kind of popped out to me.
What about him is really impressive to you?
His speed, the way that he's able to break off of corners and find an open pocket for someone to throw it to him. I think he's really good at reading a defense and finding those areas where they're not covering.
You mentioned that you watched the last 3 games under the new coaching staff. Coach Cincinnati was here yesterday saying that they're 3-0. How much do you guys take notice in what he says?
A lot
of that.
Yeah. I would say it is an undefeated team. They're 3-0 right now in the Big Ten. It's something that we really need to prepare for. Like, this is a team that is planning to come into here, and they went into Michigan State last week 2 weeks ago, and they got their job done. It's just something that we need to prepare for.
Do you guys watch that Monday? You guys see him say that, or does he say it to you guys after?
Yeah, he said it in the team meeting. Yeah.
You've had multiple different training staffs. What does Derek Owings do that successfully keeps you guys so healthy? I mean, there's a couple season-ending injuries, but in terms of keeping you guys healthy on a weekly basis, what does he do differently? What does a season look like maybe than other training staffs you've worked under?
He sticks by his main motto. I would say his motion is lotion. So we get full range of motion in squat. He wants the knees completely sealed off. Ass to the floor. Being able to get full range of motion, and we do a lot of stretches before our workouts too that help with injury prevention stuff. This staff has been great with that.
Is that, but that's different than,
Yeah,
than the
definitely.
previous staff. The focus is that specific focus. You think
Yeah.
kind of fuels that.
You know, every staff tries to have their injury prevention program.
Sure.
I think Derek's strength program ties in with it as well because we're, you know, getting our asses to the floor in the squat while putting 405 on the rack. So I think putting those two together is really what makes the difference.
Two more for Carter.
What's Bob Bostad like?
Just what's he like?
Yeah, what's he like?
That is a good question. He can be quiet sometimes. In the meeting room, it's all business. You know, he's a great coach. I think every week he comes in, whenever we go to watch game film, you know, maybe we had a great game that everyone says, and we get back in the room, he's like, all right, we're going to get in here, we're going to be critical about our reps, and we need you to take the coaching the way that I coach. And everyone takes it very well, and I think it works out for us really well.
How has Pat Coogan elevated the O-line as a group?
He's a beast. I think he has a really good leadership. He speaks up. He knows what to say, when to say it, and he commands the offensive line really well. I think right when he got into the room, I think any room that he goes into, he's going to be able to command their group pretty well.
Awesome. Thanks, Carter.
Thank you.